Good evening and salam Ibu Butiriko. Two suspects are dead after a shooting on Monday that injured 5 Houston police officers, including 4 who were hit by gunfire as they attempt to serve a search warrant at a home where drug selling was suspected, according to Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo. A group of a dozen officers with the Houston Police Department Narcotics Unit were attempting to serve the warrant when they forced open the home front door and immediately faced gunfire from 1 or 2 individuals. All the officers were taken to Memorial Hermann Texas Medical Center in Houston, with 2 of them transported by helicopter. Chief Acevedo said 4 officers were shot, with 2 being hit in the neck. Those 2 officers underwent surgery and were in critical but stable condition. The other 2 officers who were shot were in stable condition and were able to walk around. Police later said one of those officers was released after being treated for a gunshot wound to the shoulder, and the other one remained hospitalized in good condition. A 5th officer suffered a knee injury during the shooting and was also in good condition. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said in the statement that the shooting was a solemn reminder of service and sacrifices made by the officers. Asian markets were lower on Tuesday after the U.S. Justice Department unsealed criminal charges against China's Huawei, its subsidiaries, and a top executive ahead of trade talks. U.S. criminal charges against Chinese tech giant Huawei align, and it violated U.S. sanction by using a Hong Kong shell company to sell equipment in Iran. The company is also accused of stealing trade secrets, including technology behind a robotic device that T-Mobile used to test smartphones. Several of Huawei's subsidiaries and its chief financial officer, Meng Wanzhou, were to also face criminal charges. Meng was also arrested while changing flights in Canada last month, as China has demanded her release and warned of retaliation against American and Canadian executives. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said at a briefing on Monday that President Donald Trump is set to meet Chinese Vice Premier Liu He in Washington. Negotiators from both countries are expected to sit down for 2 days of trade talks starting on Wednesday. Singapore DBS Group research strategist Philip Wee and Eugene Liao said charges against Huawei illustrated the risks attached to U.S.-China relationship. A California judge on Monday upheld protection for grey wolves under the state's Endangered Species Act, rejecting a legal challenge from ranchers and farmers who fear the predators will threaten their livestock. The judge in San Diego ruled the California was right to list the wolf as endangered in 2014. A lawsuit on behalf of the California Farm Bureau Federation and California Cattlemen's Association argued that the listing was arbitrary because there are few wolves in the state. The California Fish and Game Commission granted the grey wolf protection under the state's Endangered Species Act despite opposition from hunting and livestock groups who worry an unchecked population will kill deer and valuable cattle. Under California's protection, grey wolves can't be killed or hunted. The lawsuit brought by Pacific Legal Foundation aligned it wasn't known whether the wolves that entered the state are the same subspecies originally native to California, and that commission failed to perform a population analysis of the species' natural range, as the foundation also didn't respond to a request for comment. Well, that's all the updates for now. I'm Kamaruddin Bujang. Salam Ibu Butiriko.